Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake of robertoblake.com helping you create something awesome today. So today, let's talk about YouTube AdSense and how that monetization works and puts money in your pockets. So as most of you already know, if you monetize your YouTube channel and your videos, then you are eligible to make money from the ads that show up in your YouTube videos. This could be the pre-roll ads that go before the video with the little skip it thing. Sometimes they won't be able to be skipped, which is actually really good for you, even if it annoys your audience a little bit, because you make more money off of those. There's also the overlay ads that are the little banner things. They're the banner ads that show up on the sides. So all of those things are things that make you money. And those are all different monetization options. So you kind of have like four options. You have the pre-roll ads that can't be skipped. You have the ones that are true view ads that can be skipped, the overlay ads, and the display advertising. And all of those make you different amounts of money. Having them all as options allows you to make the most money off of your channel and counts towards your monetized views. Now, monetized views are only the views where ads show up. So if your fans are using ad blocker or something, that's actually taking money out of your pockets, and that's really bad. The monetized views are only the views where people saw the advertisements or engaged with them, clicked on them, what have you. So that's how you're going to make your money. About roughly 33% to 50% of YouTube views are monetized. So just because you got 100,000 views doesn't mean that all of those views were monetized. It means that maybe 40,000 or 33,000 of them might have been monetized, and so that's what you're going to get paid for. Now the CPM, which is cost per mil, which is like this really geeky way of saying cost per thousand. I don't know why it's just not, CPT, cost per thousand, whatever. Anyway, the point is that, and actually I do know, I'm just not going to explain it. But anyway, the point is that the cost per thousand views that your advertiser is charged, all that trickle down after Google takes their money, after your partner network takes their money, whatever, is what you have left. So, that's roughly a third or a quarter of the actual revenue. At the end of the day, that usually averages out to somewhere between $1 and $5 in most cases. Now, there are obvious exceptions to that rule. And I, in particular, am one of those exceptions because I actually make a much better CPM than that for multiple reasons. The other thing that I do is I do a variety of content. I do some quote-unquote short-form content, medium-form content, long-form content. And the advantage of that is I get more ad options when I do that. So if I do a 5-minute video like this one will probably end up being, then I can only put an ad as far as a pre-roll ad, the overlays, and the display ads, right? But if I do a 9-minute, 10-minute video, I can put an ad at the very end of that video. If I do like a 15, 16, 20-minute video, I could put an ad at the end and the beginning, and I have an option to put one in the middle somewhere. If I were to do an hour-long video, like maybe for an online video guide or something like that, I could put video ads in between any and all of the segments. So I could make an hour and 15-minute guide, and I could put like 6 ads in there, which is about the amount of commercials that you might see during a regular television program of the equivalent length. And as long as people value the content, they will sit through those ads, and I will make revenue for it. And that's how you do that strategically as far as the content on your channel. So this is why this isn't just another monetization video. This is actually some strategy you can execute on in terms of planning your channel content around making more ad revenue and how you actually implement that. So that's why I made this video. I made this video so I can go a little deeper with you on how to actually legitimately make money with Google AdSense and explain some of the options. Now, the other thing is with Google AdSense, it ties a little bit to the YouTube fan funding. And the way that works is you'll see that as transaction earnings. The advertising earnings are separate than the transaction earnings. So anything that is a donation to the YouTube channel from your fans will show up in that column and it'll be added to your overall total ad revenue. So keep that in mind. On average, what they say a YouTuber makes per million views is about $3,000. In my experience, it can be higher. It can be between $3,000 and $6,000 per million views. It just really depends on the situation. And again, that's because not all of that million would be monetized per se. So depending on many of your videos are monetized, the volume of videos you have, how many views and everything like that, that can all skew these calculations. So just kind of keep that thing in mind, take that with a grain of salt, what have you. This is why doing a lot of content makes sense and why the YouTubers that make the most money are the YouTubers that do daily content or even multiple uploads a day. a newer YouTuber that is crushing it at this. Actually, two newer YouTubers, as in people who haven't necessarily been doing it consistently for 5 years or whatever, are Chibi Reviews and Emergency Awesome, and they like are crushing it in YouTube and on ad revenue. But if you look at the sheer tonnage of videos they've got, the amount of views they got, and the fact that they're focused on sci-fi and anime and manga and gaming and stuff like that, that's where they have a huge audience. They have all these fandoms to leverage. They get a ton of views, so they have a lot more opportunities to monetize and make money. And they're putting out content like every single day. So understand that if your goal was to make a lot of money on YouTube, that from a strategic component, that's the kind of thing you might do. But understand it's not the only way to make money on YouTube, and that, again, I have a whole video series that I'm doing on the different ways you make money on YouTube. AdSense and advertising and leveraging that is just one of them, and I've talked about some ways you can do that today. Anyway, if you still have questions about YouTube monetization and AdSense strategy, leave that stuff in the comment section below, and I'll answer as many of your questions as I possibly can. Anyway, like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other awesome content on the channel. Consider maybe doing some fan funding donations if you want to. $1 helps. Buy me a coffee. As always, you guys, thanks so much for watching, and don't forget, create something awesome today.